Hey beauties, it's Krystal from King Beauty and welcome back to my channel.
Closer, closer, closer. A little closer, closer from the last one.
So let me just start off. This week was one of those weeks where I don't feel like it was like super busy with work or anything like that, but you know when you just have a lot of moving parts and a lot of things going on, and attached to those things there's a lot of question marks. It was just one of those weeks. So physically and mentally it was super draining. For this week's video I initially had a whole other idea I wanted to do, but honestly when it came down to filming it I was exhausted and I couldn't even think of how much how much energy I would actually have to put into doing the video that I wanted to do. So I just kind of pushed it because honestly I felt like I needed just a regular self-care routine. It's Sunday, this video is going to go up on a Tuesday, but for my Sunday night I just wanted to chill out and do something super relaxed. So I pivoted from the video idea that I had previously, but don't worry, it'll come out in a couple weeks anyways. But it just, in terms of me filming it this weekend, it was just not gonna happen. So I'm drinking my Moroccan tea. I went to Morocco. Some of you guys might know this already, but I went to Morocco around this time last year, so 2020. And obviously while I was there I was introduced to Moroccan tea, and I kid you not, since I came back that's the only thing that I drink. It's like I could have 2 and 3 cups of tea a day. I absolutely love it, so I'm gonna have that as well. So long story short, this week kicked my butt. So the last thing I wanted to do was put on any makeup, and I really just wanted to have some tea, have some of my favorite dessert, and do a face mask. So that's what we're gonna do today, y'all. So I don't think I've ever shown this to you guys, but I've been using this for a couple months. It's the BOSCIA Luminizing Black Mask. It's a peel-off mask. So my skin's already clean. I washed it with my Neutrogena. I posted that on my page previously and in my last self-care Sundays post, which I will link right here. But we're gonna do that today. So let's get right to it. Okay. So with this one, you just want to apply it to clean, dry skin, and you're literally just going to apply a thin layer of this all over your face. Lovely. Anybody else used this before? Am I the only one that think it smells like glue? Like, you remember in school, the Elmer's glue that we would all put on our hands, and or maybe I only did this, and then let it dry and peel it off? I swear that's what this smells like. Literally. You know, I actually wanted to talk to you guys because, like, I keep telling myself, you know, Krystal, you're shy. Like, I wouldn't say I'm shy, but I can be shy when it comes to trying to talk to people about certain topics. And I find, like, one thing about me is I never want to tell people what to do or make it seem like I have it together and I know the cheat code, because obviously no one does. Anytime things look perfect for somebody, you never know what's really going on behind closed doors. But what I was gonna say is, this is something I knew previous to this vlog, obviously. Hold on one second. But I want to stress it because honestly, I feel like I know this, but sometimes I forget myself. So I can only imagine how many people think like this as well. Oh, how long do you leave this mask on for? I have this mask on. I'm supposed to leave it on for 30 minutes. So I'm going to put my timer on, shut off the camera, and I'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, perfect. So it's been 30 minutes. It's pretty stuck on there. Pretty much dry. So I usually start from the outer corner, and you just kind of want to use your nail to just kickstart that peel. And you know what I like most about this one is that I've tried quite a few charcoal masks, you know, because they're supposed to clean out your pores, yada, yada, yada. But some of them are just a little too abrasive. Like they're too strong to the point it always left my skin kind of red after. So what I like about the BOSCIA is that it's actually not like that. And it's not super rough. It's like almost like if you want to meet in the middle between a typical face mask and the feeling of a charcoal mask, is why I like this one. Because I know some of y'all like that super, maybe, and you know what, maybe you don't like it, but maybe that's what works for your skin. But for me, that's just too much. That is just way too much. Love it. Usually before I put this mask on, I would have took a shower, I would have steamed my face and then put the mask on, because I find for me that it just works better. But I told you guys I'm just having one of those days. So what I did is I just took an extremely hot shower so that steam kind of opened up my pores, and I pretty much just jumped right in front of the camera for you guys. But moving forward, I'm going to be going in with the Hollywood, California GLAMGLOW FlashMud Brightening treatment. So I've used this a couple times, and I really like it. Like, it gives me that extra boost, like, especially for those weeks like this one where I felt like it was just super long, super draining, yada, 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 yada. So I just need that extra boost to make me look, you know, like I got some sleep. So yeah, let's go in with the mud mask. I think this is another one where I have to put it on for 30 minutes. Okay, this one is a minimum of 20 minutes. So I'm gonna do the minimum just because I just did the 30-minute mask with that one. But this one is just, you can get the super large one of this. I think it's like 80 bucks, but I wanted to just test this out, and this is 30. It's a smaller one, and you only have to use it 2 to 3 times a week. Honestly, I probably use it about once every couple weeks, just because, you know, I have my typical routine, and sometimes I want to do this step and sometimes I don't. But for the times that I have been using this, I really do like the outcome and how it looks. I think it's really, really refreshing, and it gives you a revitalized look. So we're going to put this on. And what's really cool about it is it has really tiny microbeads in it. That I wouldn't say it has the I guess it does have the consistency of a scrub, huh? But you're not really supposed to, like, I guess, rub as hard as a scrub. You just kind of rub it into your skin in circular motions and move on to the next area. So that's what I'm doing. And even for me, after doing that mask, I wouldn't want to put this one on and be too rough with my skin, because obviously it's super sensitive right now. But what the charcoal mask would have done is took out all the impurities in my skin or in my pores. So now when I'm going in with this skin brightening treatment mask right on top of those areas, it's going to give you that extra bright and boosted look. So I have a bunch of meetings this week, and I'm going to be on a lot of Google Meet calls. So I was like, you know what, Krystal, let's just make sure we start off the week on a good foot. We don't need to be looking crazy or super tired, right? So there we go. So I'm just gonna rub it in a little tiny bit, circular motions, every area that I put the product, but not super rough, like this, like that. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go and sit for another 20 minutes off camera, and then I will come back when I have this washed off. So BRB. Okay, we're back. I washed off my mask, and now I'm gonna go in with 2 more products to finish up this Sunday self-care day. I've used this product before on my page multiple times. This is the CAUDALIE Energizing and Soothing Eye Cream. So I'm just gonna put 2 tiny dabs of that under my eyes just to make me look a little bit more alive. With eye cream, we never need too much, but honestly, even looking at my skin, I could see it looking a lot more revitalized and bright. I ended up leaving on the mask, the GLAMGLOW mask for about, I would say 35 minutes because I actually got caught up doing something. And I think I would prefer to do that. Now I'm going in with the TATCHA Gold Camellia Beauty Oil. I don't know if I've used this before. I've had it for a while, but I just never opened it. But I actually have been really enjoying it over this winter season. I don't know why I never used it while I had it. So you're just gonna take out, you just need about 3 drops. I'm just gonna kind of take some out of that dropper. And we're gonna drop one there, move the hair, drop one there. And we're gonna rub that in. And usually, like I think with my last routine, I feel like I had a really, I wouldn't say intense, but I think I used a lot more products in my last self-care routine. But obviously that was a mask that or a routine I did maybe almost 5 months ago. So that's a totally different season. And I realized that, well, I'm sure everybody knows this, different products work throughout different times of the year. There's some things that I use in the summer that I just don't mess with in the winter because it just, I wouldn't say it breaks me out, but it just doesn't give me that same But I find in the winter, I definitely have a strong focus on using oils just because they're a lot more hydrating. And I find that it keeps my skin just looking vibrant because, you know, the winter season is super drying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Loving the way my skin feels right now. But on a side note, why is my hair like that? I have no idea what's going on top of my head, y'all. But on a side note, now that we have some extra time, I do want to talk about something else. I just want to grab my little ice cream here. This is like literally my guilty pleasure. Ben & Jerry's. Has anyone ever tried the Tonight dough? It's so good. So while we're having our little chat, I figured, why not indulge in some ice cream, spoil myself a little bit. You know what I actually like about it the most is that it's so rich. It's one of those ice creams where I can't really binge on it because there's just so much going on. So I get 2, 3, okay, I'm lying, maybe like 5 scoops, and then I'll be done. But anyways, I wanted to talk about something else. Like, and I know this is gonna sound so cliche, and I know there's hundreds of videos on YouTube about this, but I feel like for people who watch my content, maybe you haven't stumbled on it yet. But, you know, sometimes in life, things happen that are just out of your control. And in that moment, it absolutely sucks. You feel like it's the end of the world. You can't go on, yada, yada, yada. But then, you know, 4 or 5 months pass by and you look back on that situation and you were like, wow, like I really thought that was it. Like I'm done. Everything's screwed up. I can't figure this out. This is going to prevent this from happening. And then something happens that ends up being a bigger blessing in your life. And I definitely knew this before, but I think I had a lapse in confidence, I would say on the later end of 2020. Just because, you know, there was a series of events that happened that just made me feel down for the count, you know? Before you guys go reaching, it actually has nothing to do with a relationship. This is like a personal career goal thing that I was working on. And the path that I was fighting for so much had to be let go. And by me doing that, I have opened up a whole different career for myself that I never would have imagined. I can't say too much yet, but pretty much the premise of this conversation is just to tell you, like, sometimes when things happen, I know it sucks to hear it, and in the moment you don't want to hear it, but it really does happen for a reason. And sometimes when you're fighting against those things that are naturally happening in your life, you're blocking bigger blessings for yourself. And I feel like even looking back on me, like, wow, like I feel like I could have been blocking one of my blessings for a good 18 months, just trying to hold on to something that just wasn't for me. And I knew it wasn't for me, but being afraid of change kind of limited the amount of confidence I had in myself when it came to this particular thing. But I know I'm talking super cryptic, but I know certain people are going to pick up on what I'm saying and they're going to get it. But I'm just saying, like, in life, I'm trying now to focus on this be happy and go with the flow kind of vibe, especially in 2021. And I kid you not, like we're not even in 2 months, and the amount of things that have happened just by that mindset for me, mind blowing. I'm actually super excited about the rest of this year. I'm super excited about next year, the year after that. Just all the things that I've been working on seem to be aligning themselves, which is really great. It's crazy. When I was younger, I heard people, people tell you those things, but like, you don't really listen, when you're in your 20s, you think you know everything. You don't. So, like, long story short, I know this everything I'm saying is so cliche, but I'm saying it anyways. The universe really gives you back the energy that you put out. So I told myself this year, I want to be that happy, go lucky, fun, trusting person, so that the universe will reciprocate that energy to moi. I want to make sure that I change my verbiage. So no longer saying, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I can't wait until I do so-and-so. And even people around me, like, I try to correct them, like, if they say certain things, because you got to program yourself, like, to believe that those things are going to happen. Because if you are moving with doubts, the universe picks up on that, and you will never be ready for what it is that you're working for, right? So whether it's you're working towards, I don't know, buying a house, right? You might be saying, especially living in friggin' Toronto, you might be like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to afford to buy a home in Toronto. While that's a real statement, a good way to change that narrative would be to say, I can't wait until I can afford to buy a home in Toronto. That way it's like you're putting that positive energy out versus that doubtful energy. But anyways, that was just me giving y'all a little tidbit because I'm on that kind of vibe today. So hopefully I didn't bore you guys with this Sunday self-care, aka Beauty Tip Tuesday, but I'm hoping to be able to put out more content to you guys that's a little bit more lifestyle. It's just this YouTube thing, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it, but I'm still very shy. A lot of people I know I don't come across shy, but in terms of like, just for me, even showing more parts of my personal life, I don't know yet. So we'll see. Just because, like, I don't know. I like to protect my family. I like to protect the people that are close to me, and people can be so mean. So anyways, y'all, this is the end of the video. Hope I was able to share something with you guys today. I know it's not as informative as I usually have my videos, but like I said, I just wanted to chill today. I didn't want to do too much. So this is the end of the video. If you haven't already, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you're always aware when I post new videos and content. And until next time, guys, bye.